At the age of 8, I understood that I wanted to entrain people. That's when I first saw the Indiana Jones movie, and I loved the character. I was impressed by his bravery and his ability to fight well. Even then, I knew I wanted to be somebody. And that was very important to me. It was important to me just not to fuck up. But even if I had screwed up, I would have learned a very important lesson anyway. But I realized that only when I got older. Because when you are young, and you're at the moment and living right here and now, you don't realize the importance of what's going on. But now, I do realize it. And all the drive and determination is kind of my experience too. You get punched in the face, you stand up, put your gloves on and hit hard. Failures were a turning point in my growing up. I had a horrible senior year. I was severely injured. And in a senior year, an injury like that almost always means the end of your career. Then Warren Sapp joined our team and stunned everyone with his game. I tried to compete with him, but he outplayed me on all counts and knocked me out of my position. That year was terrible. I was not invited to the NFL Combine, where the most promising young players gather. I didn't get picked in the draft, and I was left with only one option, which was the Canadian Football League. After 10 years of hard work, I had to sign a contract with the Canadian League. When I was making $350 per week, while Warren Sapp was in the front row making millions, and all my teammates signed big contracts with the NFL. I played in Canada for 3 months, and then I got kicked out of there as well. And at 24, I had to move back home to my parents, after I had left it at 18 ready to conquer the world. But for the first time in my life, I felt like that. I was depressed, constantly asking myself how this could have happened. I have been working so hard, and hard work always pays off. But in fact, I got nothing. Literally, I had only $7 in my pocket. But this failure became a maddening impetus for me. I told myself that it wasn't over yet, and I immediately started training for wrestling. The only thing on my mind was a loser footballer who returned to his parents. But I won't screw up again. I'm gonna get what I want. About a month and a half later, I got a call from the head coach of the Calgary team that I had been kicked out of. The coach said to me, "I know we didn't take you, but I'd like you to come back." I said, "Thank you, coach. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll think it over." I hung up, and my father asked me, "You're coming back, aren't you?" And I said, "No, I think I'm done with football." And he was like, "What?" I said I felt like it's not my thing anymore. And so my father asked me, "Then what you're gonna do?" I took a deep breath and said that I wanted to work on something else. "What kind of work is it?" he asked. And I replied, "Wrestling." Then he said it would be the worst mistake of my life and it would destroy my career. But I said maybe I won't be the best, but I feel like I have to try. Not getting into the NFL turned out to be the best thing of my life, because that's why I'm here. When you get kicked in the ass by life, and when you feel like everything's against you, you gotta believe in yourself and believe that it will lead you to a better life. It's often the case that something that hasn't happened becomes the best thing in your life. So keep the faith and just continue to work hard. We often talk about thirst. We should always try to beat our opponent, no matter what it costs us. And it is you who determines your hunger. And if you have the desire to achieve something, it's one thing. But it's another thing if you're hungry of success and greatness. I was very lucky to succeed like that, but I'm pretty sure there is no one more craving for something than me. And regardless of success, I work every day as if I were starving. It always helped me to have memories of hard times, of my family being evicted from their home when I was 14. When I turned 16, I had already been arrested several times. I remind myself of this every time, and it keeps me going towards great achievements with the right attitude. I work on my dream day and night without sparing myself. I imagine hard times, and then I am up against the bloody wall and have nowhere to retreat to, and I can only move forward. And that's why I hit the gym at 4 a.m., because most of my opponents are still asleep. But the most important thing I've realized over the last few years is that my biggest competitor is me. You are the one who has to wake up every morning, put your energy into continuous daily work, because this is the only way to become successful And not a coach, instructor, boss, or mentor can make you do that. That's why, no matter what, do your job in a way that no one could ever beat you. Dear friends, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let's grow together.